The UK Supreme Court has confirmed that a woman is a biological female. And guess who celebrated the ruling? It actually rhymes with ruling. That's right, J.K. Rowling. She's so iconic, I love her. But not everyone does. Overrated Hollywood actor Pedro Pascal has talked shit about J.K. Rowling and her tweets. Who's the real loser here? Is the loser a woman who celebrates women's rights? Or is the loser the man who wears a shirt saying "protect the dolls," referring to trans women?
Pedro Pascal agrees that J.K. Rowling is an awful, disgusting and her reaction to the Supreme Court ruling on the definition of woman is heinous loser behaviour. The Last of Us actor, a staunch supporter of trans rights who has been seen repping the Protect the Dolls shirt, commented on an activist Instagram vid criticising J.K. Rowling's reaction to the ruling. Rowling has been known for her views on trans rights and has supported the UK Supreme Court ruling that highlights trans women are not legally women under the Equality Act. According to The Times, she donated around £70,000 to the For Women Scotland group who fought for the case. Following the court ruling, she posted an image of her smoking a cigar with the caption, "I love it when a plan comes together."
Okay, I wouldn't say that Pedro just criticized J.K. Rowling. He cursed at her. There's a tiny difference, I think. Pedro might be handsome, and I'm into older guys, but this behavior right here makes him a -1 out of 10. I know this debate has been going on for quite a while now, but I still have such a hard time believing how standing up for women's rights or fighting for women's rights is somehow anti-trans. In my last video, I criticized or I reacted to a somewhat rational trans YouTuber, Alexis Blake, for crying over this very ruling. Crying over it, believing it's somehow anti-trans. And some people were in my comments saying, "Marcus, she's not a crazy trans activist, she's standing up for women's rights." Well, it's true she claims to be it, but she's still upset. She still cries over a ruling that is only pro-woman. And that says it all. Some public trans people might seem rational, might seem sweet, and like they mean well, but notice how they act whenever they think something might negatively affect them. Some will definitely show their true colors. It is so easy for anyone to claim to be so nuanced, tolerant, open-minded, when nothing negatively affects them personally. And that's the opposite of being tolerant. You're not tolerant if you're like, "I'm only going to be tolerant if I get what I want." If it's genuine, you will be tolerant no matter what. Okay, but back to the cringy protect the dolls. Protect them from what? Reality? It's so embarrassing that a grown man especially is wearing, voluntarily, a shirt like that. Like, did he think it through at all? But I'm actually curious, protect the dolls, the trans women, from what? Laws that will prevent them from forcing themselves into women's spaces? Or is it about protecting them from laws that says that they're men, males, and not real women? Why do trans women need to be affirmed as women? Why? Why can't they just be trans women? It's so funny and upside down how when I call myself a trans man and not a real man, activists accuse me of hating myself for being trans. Hating myself and being embarrassed about my transness when they are the ones wanting me to erase my transness. They're the ones shouting, "Trans men are men, trans women are women," and are having a problem with people saying, "No, trans men are trans men, trans women are trans women." Make it make sense. Just to clarify, it's of course possible to protect women's rights and still have reasonable laws regarding transsexuals, the real ones, the ones who have always existed and just want to live normal lives in peace. What's not possible to protect is trans activism, because trans activism is harmful and has nothing to do with anything LGBT. That is what we cannot allow. I want to read this tweet because it's spot on, and it's why I love J.K. Rowling. I think she's actually good at being nuanced and understanding all the nuance of the trans debate. Trans women are male. If they weren't male, they wouldn't be trans. Prejudice is an irrational fear or dislike. It is entirely rational to state that a man is a man. Spot on. Why is this so controversial? It isn't. This whole thing is not controversial. What should be controversial is a male Hollywood actor wearing a shirt that says, "Protect the dolls," after this UK ruling. It is controversial to say that there are more than two genders. Children should transition. A man can be a real woman, and a woman can be a real man, and so on. And the majority of all people, thinks it's bullshit. I know that there are activists on the opposite side of trans activists who have a problem with me and what J.K. Rowling says from time to time when she defends actual transsexual women. I know that there are people out there who believe that transsexuals shouldn't transition, even though they deal with chronic and severe gender dysphoria, and they're not harmful ideologues. They just want to coexist in society and all this stuff. And I obviously do not agree fully with what they're saying, but I understand them. I, of course, understand where they're coming from. I think most of them are just so fed up with trans activism that they don't want to think about how there's nuance. They're allergic to anything trans, meaning they won't watch my videos. I get it. I think it's so important to understand where people are coming from. Putting yourself aside for just a moment, not thinking about yourself, and analyze, why are these people who don't like me saying what they're saying? What are their intentions, and where does their passion come from? I've received so many messages throughout the years saying that they used to hate trans people, anything trans, they didn't want anything to do with it, but randomly one day they came across my channel and they changed their minds. And it warms my heart, and it also proves that in order to make a change, you have to think about other people than yourself. You have to have empathy, sympathy, and listen to other people and their arguments. It's essential, because if you don't have empathy for the people disagreeing with you or not liking you, you will make them even more mad. And that is what I'm seeing today in today's society. I think a lot of these TERFs or transphobes wouldn't be transphobic if it wasn't for trans activists. That's all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more content like this, remember to hit subscribe and the notification bell. Let me know what you think about the topic and J.K. Rowling, and I'll see you all in the comments down below. Peace out.